At 12 o'clock, the Panthers traveling to Miami to play the Dolphins. Panthers favored by 1 point on Fox, so supposedly going to be the closest football game. Panthers sit as a 9 seed, but with a win could launch themselves into the 7 seed with a little bit of help. Again, whoever loses the Vikes-Niners game will fall below 500, so Panthers with a win would be at 500, and they would automatically pass either of those football teams. The real thing you have to worry about here if you're the Panthers is the Eagles have the tiebreaker with the Panthers. So if the Eagles were to win as well, they would get the 7th seed. So really, if you're the Panthers, you're hoping for an Eagles loss and you to win. And it does not matter if the Vikes or Niners win, because they're playing each other. One of them will be knocked out of the 7th spot, unless the Panthers and the Eagles both lose. In that scenario, I think the Niners keep it, maybe, or maybe even the Saints go back into the 7th seed, which would not be good for the playoffs. Again, I'm a huge Saints fan. Saints, right now, if they're playing the way they're playing, should not make the playoffs. It should not be a playoff team. Now, I think we could get better. I mean, if you put Taysom Hill in, if you get Ramczyk back, I mean, a lot of injuries happen. The defense could get significantly better with Marcus Davenport coming back, and Tano Capaccio get some pressure. I mean, there's a lot of things the Saints could do to get better. You have to obviously bench Simeons, considering how much he sucks. Taysom has to be the starting QB. I'm getting off topic with my Saints. The Panthers have been a new football team since Cam Newton has come back. No significant injuries, by the way, either. The only injury that was significant at the time was Sam Darnold getting hurt. But honestly, that seems to have been a great thing to happen to the Carolina Panthers, because then they went out and signed Cam Newton, and Cam Newton has looked a little bit like his former self. Again, he has the same arm strength as he did before, but again, he doesn't have to. He's playing the way he played in New England, except for with better players around him. So, I don't know. This is an interesting matchup. The Dolphins are another team that is desperately clinging on to a playoff hope. Remember, they are 3-7. Or are they 3-7? They might be 4. I don't know how many weeks I left. I think they're 3-7. Yeah, they're 3-7. But they're on a 3-game winning streak, I think. No, they're 4-7. Is that right? Oh my God, I've lost track. I think it's 4-7. I think they're 4-7. Maybe. I think they're 4-7 because they've beaten Houston. They beat New York last week. They beat the Patriots week 1, and they beat who did they beat? Who's your big one? They beat the Ravens. I think they're 4-7. I'm not positive though. I think they're 4-7, but I'm not entirely positive of the Dolphins' record. They have to really win out if you look at the rest of their schedule. They can stand to lose one game, I guess, and land at 9-7 and hope that's enough to get at 9-8 and hope that's enough to get in. But really, 10-7 is where you really need to get to be basically assured a playoff spot. I think that is a assured playoff spot kind of record. So it might not even be assured, if I'm going to be honest. If you played in the NFC, that's 100% you're making the playoffs if you make it to 7-7. But the AFC is really tough this year. I don't know. Dolphins desperately need this win. The Panthers desperately need this win to reassert themselves firmly back in the playoff picture. I think Miami gets it because it's at home. Tua's been playing extremely well. There's not that many injuries on the Dolphins side of things, although there's a decent amount with the wide receiver core, but they've been able to overcome those mostly with no Will Fuller, no Devontae Parker, no Allen Hurns, stuff like that. But they've been able to really get the most out of their players in Albert Wilson and Jalen Waddle and other players like that. Mac Hollins has been playing extremely well. I think the Dolphins win this one, and they send Panthers another loss.